Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you a collection of 3 palettes from Makeup Revolution. Now last week I shared with you the palettes that were, I think they were called Salvation palettes, and these were the 3 that I couldn't show because they're slightly different. Now last week the palette was all shiny and it had, you know, a certain collection feel to it. These 3 are different in the fact that all 3 have matte palettes, so I thought I'd share these with you. I know one of them in particular is extremely popular, but I wanted to share with you them in a different collection. So there's 2 from, and they're called very similar names, and then 1 is another one, and there's only 3 palettes within this collection, and I thought it would be nice to share them, you know, separately for you. So the first one is called Makeup Revolution and it's the Iconic Pro. Now I believe these are around about £6 each, but of course I will list everything for you down below. So you can see that the packaging here is incredibly dirty with fingerprints because I do use this a lot, but also it is not shiny, it is matte. On the back, however, it is shiny and it says Iconic Pro 1 for you. And then inside, the layout is also different. So you do have a mirror and it still comes with one of those sheets with the names on it. But you can see that there's 2 rows here of eyeshadows rather than, I think there was 3 in the Salvation palettes. These first 2 also come with a double-ended brush as well, which is extremely handy, although I don't use that one, although obviously if you took this away travelling and it was your only brush, that would be very, very good and convenient. The shades in here I absolutely love. You can see that they are well used, especially this shade here, which is like a nice caramel shade, and I especially love this one down here as well. So I'll do a couple of swatches because there's 3 palettes. I'm not going to swatch absolutely everything, but I will swatch a couple of shades. So I'll swatch that favourite colour of mine, which is that gorgeous tan brown shade. Just absolutely stunning, love that. That shade is, let me just have a look at the sheet. It is called Must. I'll also share with you the shimmer shade. So that's the shimmer shade and that's called Dawn. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I've got to try this one, which is called Stage, and it is really unusual because although it's a brown shimmer, it's got a, I don't know, it's just very, very unusual colours, and I think those 3 together are my favourite. In fact, I'm going to keep this palette out. I must use this. I have used it, I do use it a lot, but it has been in my drawer recently for a little while, so I must keep this out. Those shades in particular are stunning. So that's the Iconic Pro 1. Then we've got the Iconic Pro 2. So again, this has got the matte packaging, Iconic Pro 2 on the back. And then inside, this is different, obviously. It's got totally different shades to it. I don't have the plastic there, so I can't tell you the names to this one. I do tend to find that they sometimes damage the palettes, so that's probably why I've disposed of that. So I'm going to choose, and again, 3 shades from this palette. So I'm going to go with this one here. So the first one I'm going to swatch is this one here. It's the 3rd one along on the top row. It's like a greige colour. It's like a brown and grey mixed together. So that's that one. Then I'll move on to this light shimmer, which is like a really stunning colour actually. It's like a peach shimmer, absolutely gorgeous. And then I'll go for a deeper shimmer, which is this green here. And that's that one there. Absolutely stunning palette again. So that was the Iconic Pro 2. Then we move on to the very last one. I don't think anybody's going to be surprised by this one, and everybody seems to love it. It's always out of stock, and it's the New-trals versus New-trals palette. Again, it's matte, and it has the New-trals versus New-trals on the back. And then inside, again, you've got the mirror, and you've got them spaced out like that, exactly the same. So that's why I put all these three together. Absolutely gorgeous palette. I can understand why everybody goes for this and wants it, because the shades are, well, they're so wearable. They're the shades that everybody wants, the reds, the oranges, the burnt oranges, things like that. So first of all, I'll go for a matte shade, and I'll go for this. Oh wow, that's gorgeous. I think sometimes you forget how gorgeous palettes really, really are. So that's the first matte shade, and that one is Adapt. It's like a rosy lilac shade, which is very unusual, but love that. The next one I'm going to go for is this light apricot colour. Just clean my finger there. So this one is Personal. Let me just, that's better. Personal. So that's like a very light apricot pink shade. And then the last shade I'm going to go for is, I think I'm going to have to go for this one at the bottom, which is called Partial, which is very reminiscent of that first shade. It's like a plum, shimmery plum. I think also I'm going to go for this as well, which is, wow, that shade is called Tone. So if you love reds, you're going to love New-trals versus New-trals. Absolutely stunning shades there. So that one is the New-trals versus New-trals. So there are all three of the palettes that have the matte effect there on the outside, the palette. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you're looking for one of those, well, I think all three of them are fantastic. And if I didn't already have them, I would purchase them because they're absolutely stunning. Like I said, I think they're around about £6 the price point. Obviously, I'll pop all the information down below for you. And thumbs up if you enjoyed that, or thumbs up to just support me, and subscribe to watch further videos. But thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you. Bye.